Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital. We are back here in the Underlook Hotel, where we have now completed a redevelopment of the hospital, ready for our 2 and 3 star objectives. Now I've not bought any new plots yet, I just wanted to get this basic kind of structure put back in place. So you can see we have our 3 GP's offices, we have a general diagnosis, a cardiology, 2 pharmacies, a psychiatry, our 2 different wards, fracture and standard, toilets, staff room, training, marketing, and finally the dog house. Now we're going to crack on with things because let's just have a quick look at our objectives. I'm going to speed things up. I did get rid of all of my patients so I could have a fresh start coming into this new kind of part of the playthrough. That has put a little bit of a dent in our reputation. It's now dropped to 45% out of 80. But we do need to complete 5 marketing campaigns. We have a level 5 doghouse already, so that one is done. And then it's a case of queuing up our 100 patients. So let's start by putting in a marketing campaign. Now what we want to do is we want to just do a small campaign for the duration of 3 months. And once that's launched, we'll be in a very good position. Let's have a look at our staff because quite a few of them would like a pay rise. So we'll just satisfy that pay request all the way through. And our patients are starting to come back in again, which is really good. So once we get those marketing campaigns done, we'll be able to knock off another objective there, and hopefully that will help us build our reputation back up. But all we can do now is just wait, really, and hopefully our reputation will start to increase a little bit. It did take a hit, like I said, when we got rid of a load of patients. I think we had 46 in the hospital at the time, and I sent them all home. We've spent some kudos unlocking some new stuff, namely dog bowls and fire hydrants and stuff to help boost the prestige rating of the doghouse. So that's been good for us as well. We do make a little bit of a loss this month though, but that is more down to the fact that I have redeveloped this month, which means we lose quite a bit of money because we've not actually cured any patients. We've not hit our hospital and hotel targets. So we've got some targets coming in now, and once we've hit them, we'll be in a much better position and we should start seeing the profits coming in. I have 2 reception desks. I didn't go for the big like reception desk room because I didn't see any need for it right now, but what I will do is I'll put in a couple of benches right here, just to give our patients somewhere to sit while they wait to be serviced by the reception area. There we go. Excellent. Right, we will probably just jump ahead a little bit because there's not a lot we can do right now. We do have a request here for, I think that is the deluxe clinic. Now, we can actually fit one in down here, so I will do that. Let's go to our blueprints. I think I've got one. Yep, and it should fit in quite nicely in here. Well, it's not perfect, actually. If I can fit it somewhere else, I think that'll be a much better use of the space. I could put it in here, though, for now. We will. We'll just stick it down here, and that will do us in the meantime. And, yeah, that's good. So we've unlocked an achievement there. You probably can't see it because my Steam overlay is disabled for having a level 5 prestige deluxe clinic in the Underlook Hotel, which is a bit of a weird one. But, yeah, anyway. So, at the moment, our cure rate is looking pretty good, and we've cured 5 of 8 patients for that hotel target, but we still need more psychiatry-based patients to come in to cure to hit that one. Our reputation is starting to go up a little bit as well, which is really good. I am also just going to add in another assistant in here because I built these rooms brand new. They're a little bit behind and in need of upgrades and stuff to get them all ship shape again, but we're looking pretty good. Yeah, so I think when we get a little bit more money in, it's probably going to be time to expand and get our second plot. So plot 2 here is $20,000, so we'll keep that one in mind. We have lost, again, a bit of money there, but we should be okay, I think. And what did we lose? We lost 2. We only made 4,000. So, yeah, we do need to start hitting these targets. So our next evaluation period begins at the end of this month. So, yeah, so you see here the running costs, only 15% of them were covered. We're going to send that patient home. We don't want to put in an injection room yet because it's too much work at the moment. We have the deluxe clinic here, which should help us out massively for now, and that is our first ad campaign completed. So, yeah, we're looking fairly good, fairly strong position right now as we continue on. We do need to earn quite a bit more money though, so unfortunately I don't think we'll get that one done, but we have just received 40,000, which is good. We could actually get this, no, actually, unless we quickly cure some more patients, we're not going to get what we're looking for from that one. So that staff request is going to fail, which is a shame, but that's okay. We can cope with that. So we have water 5 plants. We should be able to do that. We've got cheesy gubbins plants all over the place. So that'll be an easy one to do. Pest control, we're going to send them home as well. Any requests for new treatment rooms, we're just immediately sending patients home because we don't have the space for them right now. And I think we'll just make a little bit of a note that we need a pest control. And what was the other one? I think it was so chromotherapy, PANS lab, pest control. There was another one, but I can't remember. So we'll just we'll leave that as it is. We'll keep sending people home. It does affect our reputation, but that's okay. We've got like another 92 patients that we need to cure before our reputation will continue to improve. So we've got plenty of time to get that looking a lot better. But for now, we need to focus on curing patients and completing these marketing campaigns. So it's probably time to do another marketing campaign, actually. So let's go back in and we will just have a illness marketing, and let's go with psychiatry. See if we can bring in some more patients for our psych ward, and then that should help us complete that hotel target. So we are now getting 74%. So it was the injection room. That's the other one. Injection room, pest control, chromotherapy, and every time I get another one in my mind, one of them vanishes. But we've achieved a few more targets there, which is really nice. Our reputation is going down because of these negative reviews, which is a bit of a shame, but again, I'm not worried about that. If that's the last part of the 2-star objectives that we do, then I'm quite happy with that. So we have our latest target from the Underlook Hotel. It is to train 2 nurses, and I think it's probably a good time to have a look at what we can do in terms of our trainees. So we have a nurse here who's ready for training and another nurse. Both of them are ready for training, and we can train them in treatment level 3. We bring in a guest trainer, and do we have anyone else? No one else can do that training course, so we'll get them brought in now, and yeah, that's good. They will mainly be working in the doghouse, I would imagine. So that might cause some queues there, but looking at things, we don't have anyone waiting to be seen to in there at this moment in time. So we have a fracture emergency. We've got patients with menace elbow. Now what we could do is we'll add in another nurse just to help us out in the fracture ward. Can we hire a new one who's trained in ward management? No, but we'll bring in Tex Tumbleweed for now because he does have ward management but also injection administration, which we can swap him to later on once we've got some more staff in. Now, learn any qualification. We're going to do that right now, so that's good. Or is that just for Gordon Sandwich? We'll find out soon enough, I guess. It could be for any staff member, or it could be specifically pertaining to him, but I think it's probably going to be for any staff member. I'm not sure it's that advanced. If we have a look, our reputation is going up. The marketing campaign's going pretty well as well, but we still have yet to have someone come in to our new pharmacy, our new psychiatry, which is a little bit unfortunate, but everything else is looking pretty good. We've cured 18, 19 now patients. We're about 1/5 of the way there for that, and our reputation is steadily improving. So these 2-star targets should not take us long at all. What I think we'll do, though, we will jump ahead because I want to try and build up a little bit of money before we can actually buy our next plot and just eat away at these objectives here. So we will come back once we've advanced a little bit further and I've recovered from this hailstorm. Okay, so we've jumped ahead quite significantly. We've done pretty well. We have hit all of our targets and we've just got 4 more patients to cure. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of GPs queuing here. We've got quite a few that need to be seen. I have doubled the number of GPs officers we have, which take us up to about 6. And then we've also added in our injection room, our chromotherapy, our pest control, and lastly, the PANS lab. Now, that should set us up for the next kind of phase, but obviously we're going to need to work out our queues, our training, and make sure that the money continues to roll in. Now, I've not put any radiators, seats, or anything down there yet. We're going to do that once we hit this 2-star objective, and I'll talk a little bit more about what I want to do moving forward, because I think we're going to need more kind of general practice rooms in here so we can try and filter those patients through as quickly as possible. But we'll also probably need another reception area maybe, or just to hire some new receptionists. We'll probably need another general diagnosis and potentially another cardiology. But we are about to hit our 100 patients cured. You can see things are going pretty well. We do need to cure patients in the injection room. I am running currently a doctor's hired. I was hoping I would get some GPs in, but we've not been able to do that. So there we are. We are a 2-star hospital. Now, next up are 3-star objectives. Let's see what we've got. We need a reputation of 95%. We already have that. And a staff morale of 80%. We already have 83, which is good. Complete 8 marketing campaigns and cure 200 patients. Now, what I have noticed is when you are running marketing campaigns for specific illnesses, it's good, but you get a huge influx of patients, which is why we've ended up with this situation. So what I'll be looking to do is using my tactical brain here, we're going to make some marketing campaigns simply for staff, and rather than doing general or specific illness campaigns, we're going to make sure that we are trying to get as many good staff members in as possible. I am going to hire a new assistant just to work within the reception and take a little bit of weight off this poor receptionist who is working their socks off. But you can see the general practice queues are starting very slowly to filter away, which is really good. And yeah, we've just got to continue hitting those hotel targets to keep the money rolling in. It's not really been that much of a problem, actually, so that is good. If we can go 90 days without a death, we'll keep our staff morale up, which is going to be important, fulfilling these staff requests. Yeah, I don't want to build another GP's office just yet, because I am currently training a new generation of GPs, and they are starting to get through their first levels in general practice. So that gives us a nice little boost, and if I can have a look very quickly at what general practice levels we've got. So we've got general one staff member ready for general practice level 4. I do have 3, I think, that I'd quite like to get up to that level and send all for training all at once, and then we'll be able to carry on improving those staff members. Now that I've got some that are basically trained in general practice, we can actually keep pushing that, so we can keep bringing in more GPs to cover the backlog of patients that are here. We do need to get an attractiveness rating of 80%. That is very simple. We'll just put in a few decorative items. Let's just have a quick filter. Decorating items. We'll put in a load of sunflowers, which we will then take out once we hit the 80% mark. There we go. Right, 80%, and we will get rid of them again. That just gives us a nice little boost to our finances, just to keep us ticking over. Cool, right, we did win the same 3 awards that we've always been winning, but we also managed to get a Best Training Hospital one as well. So that's really good. We have now trained 4 staff members. That gives us another little boost, and if I can just promote this staff member here, we need to cure 200 patients, but that's just going to happen residually. We need to cure some more patients in psychiatry and the injection room. So what we could do, now that this doctor's one has finished, we do have a GP there with motivation. We'll bring them in, and hopefully they'll go and start working immediately there. So what we'll do after this is we'll run another ad campaign for the injection room, because I believe we did do one for psychiatry last time, so we should have a few psychiatry patients just hovering around already, and we can just carry on as we are. We're doing pretty well. But yeah, marketing campaigns is going to be the time-consuming part of this. If we can get them all done before our staff morale drops. It seems to be pretty constant at the moment, though, so that is good. And let's go to illness marketing. We will do a psychiatry campaign, get that launched, and then once that marketing campaign's done, we will continue on with other things. So that's really useful. I do have a level 2 psychiatrist here who we'll bring in, and then we can take off a little bit of the load, so they'll be able to work while someone else is on a break. Here you can see the queues are starting. It's very slow going, though. That they're going down pretty slowly, but we can cope with this. I'm reluctant to continue adding more GPs officers in, because that'll mean we're then going to have to boost that in a certain way and make sure that we've got staff members hired for those rooms. So I just want to leave them for now. We're going to have staff come in and train other staff, because we already have the ability to do that, and that I think might give our staff some experience points as well. We failed the 90 days without a death challenge, but that was kind of expected. Once you get to a certain point, there's not much more you can do. Now what I could do is start sending a few patients home to try and cure just ease the pressure a little bit, but again, I don't think we need to do that. as long as we can keep on top of our targets and get these staff trained quickly, they'll be able to process in the GP's office at a lot faster rate. So I'm not too worried about that. We have a pharmacy emergency. What I had planned on doing actually was getting rid of one of these pharmacies, but they're working pretty well, so we will just upgrade that second drug mixer there, and that will allow us to just continue using both of those rooms effectively. Our Deluxe will also improve that, so we've got a nice little range of improvements going on within our certain areas. I mean, luckily, we don't get a lot of patients using these rooms, so it means our staff can focus on other things, like we've mainly got fracture ward patients, we've got doghouse patients and ward patients and pharmacies, so these extra rooms that have been added, they don't see a lot of use, so that's pretty good. We just promote another staff member. But again, not too worried, things are going quite well. We do need to boost our injection room now, the psychiatry one's done. We have another staff promotion, so again, that's good, and another one, cure 5 patients in psychiatry. We already are running an ad campaign for that, so that will definitely be done pretty quickly. Once this ad campaign's done, we'll switch to the injection room advertising campaign, and that will once again continue to rise. Our staff morale is at about 82%, which is pretty good, but again, it could always be improved. Luckily, it's quite forgiving, that 80% actually, so as long as we, what we can do towards the end, because I imagine the staff morale will drop below 80%, but what we can do is just give all of our staff a nice pay rise right towards the end, and that's kind of a way to cheese that last objective, because once you get to this point, the work is already done, so it's not too much of a problem, and you can just kind of cheese that final objective by making your staff ridiculously overpaid. So let's have a look at what we could do is the injection administration staff members. We can now train them in treatment. So let's just have a look at who we've got. We've got this senior nurse will come in and train up. We don't have anyone else trained in injection management, so maybe it's treatment level 2 that they need. So let's get that one done. Treatment level 2. We do have, yes, you, and we might as well actually, we'll have this chief nurse do the training, and we'll train up that second junior nurse because they're not doing anything else and they have the training slot available. So again, that will give us a nurse who's more experienced in basic treatments. So look at this, we are starting to combat these queues quite effectively, so that is pretty good to see. We've only got, what, a queue of 9 there and then a queue of 6 here, so these doctors are working pretty well to get this down, and actually that queue is more for the general diagnosis, so we will copy our current general diagnosis here and drop it in right there. For some reason it really doesn't like that. Not quite sure what's happened here. It normally just plops itself straight down, but it does not like the door positioning here. Okay, we'll stop editing that, and what I'll do is I'll just grab the actual blue... Oh, it's because I've got no money, that's why. Okay, right, that's very useful. Thanks for letting me know, game. I did not realise we were in debt. So if we can get those injection room patients cured very quickly and complete that hotel target, that'll be a lot better. Once that staff member's trained though, that'll help us out. There we go. That gives us money, and enough money to duplicate this room. And it should now just go straight in. Yes, it does. Excellent. Right, now what we could do is we also just duplicate this toilet block here and put it in here. But we will have to just remove these two, decrease the size of it, and then pop it back into position there. There we go. Right, nice and easy. And we have another toilet in there because that was getting a little bit out of control. Staff morale has dropped to 75% as I expected. And we've completed another marketing campaign, so let's very quickly just launch a new one before we start running out of money. And we'll go with the injection campaign. We don't have enough money for that, so we'll have to wait. Okay, never mind. 2 patients in psychiatry, cure 8 patients, so that's an achievable one. We should do that pretty quickly. But thankfully, the actual the GP's offices, their queues have died down quite substantially, and now we can actually copy this cardiology. And once I've got enough money, we can place that in right there. We need another 7 grand. So hopefully once we've cured another couple of patients, we'll get a nice hotel target completed, and we can bring that in. And then I will just need to add in a few chairs and stuff, because that area is getting a little bit out of control where there's no seating or access to anything really. So we'll have to make sure that we are on top of that very quickly. Then we can now put in our next marketing campaign, and I will put in a marketing campaign for our injection room. Like I said before, there we go, that goes in. And yeah, okay, what I'll do is I'm going to pause here. We'll furnish this place and then give our staff a nice little boost to their wages. And I'll jump ahead until we are around about like halfway through our marketing campaigns, and we'll talk a little bit more as we go for the final straight. Okay, so we are back, and we have just sent a load of patients home because it was getting insane, but I think we're going to cope. However, our running costs have dropped to only 29% right up until January, and that's because I sent a load of patients home, which really tanked my cure rate. But we are going to recover that, and I don't have any issues with everything. We're going to hit our hotel targets, make a load of money, and that'll cover our losses. So it's all looking pretty good. We're promoting and training, and things are going very well. We're knocking out those marketing campaigns. Basically what's happening is the hotel is giving us a target like the fracture ward, and then we run an ad campaign for that particular illness, and that helps us improve things and increase our cures for those particular illnesses very quickly, which means we can continue generating cash from the hotel. We've also, thankfully, got a 60 days without a death target from the hotel, which we should be able to do now that we've sent so many people home. It's just going to help the flow through the hospital a lot better. At the moment, though, you can see we are losing quite a bit of money there, but once we get these targets hit, they are fairly sizable targets, so once we get them done, we should get quite a nice little bit of money coming in. The death thing is a little bit nerve-wracking, because at any moment in time in the next 10 days we could accidentally do something. Like a failure to cure is not too bad, we can cope with that, but a death is going to reset that timer and make it relatively impossible. And in fact, I think if I don't get it, I'll probably abandon it if we don't get it first time of asking, because we have sent so many patients home. So hopefully we'll get it, and that should bring us out of debt. Yet there we go, a nice $65,000 bonus there from the hotel, and hopefully we'll get more people in the fracture ward once this advertising campaign finishes, and we'll be looking really good. We've only got 21 patients left to cure, and then we hit that objective, and then it's just finishing off another 2 marketing campaigns, and that should get us over the line. Other than that, it's looking pretty good. We could do with expanding and getting another plot. I think there's only 3 plots here. Yes, it looks like it. Oh no, there's 5, at least 5 plots. Yes, there's another 2 down there. So we've got 3 more plots that we can unlock, but I don't think we're going to need them. I think we can do this 3-star objective without unlocking all of the plots. And as you can see there, we've unlocked a load of awards, and things are going very, very well for us. We're in January now, and 78% of our running costs are going to be covered moving forward, so that is going to help us out financially. Maybe another ward might be useful, just to ease the pressure on the one that we currently have. And I think that's just because of a successful advertising campaign more than anything. That ward is going to fit in there. So I'm going to just quickly put this down, and then we'll actually get rid of this training room. We don't need it now. I only took it so that I could quickly do an objective, and then we can quickly move this ward into here and keep everything looking nice and flush. Now we will need to put in some chairs. I'm going to put a couple of sophisticated benches down here, and then that should help out with the queues in this area. And we have a lightheadedness emergency, so we'll take that on just to boost the number of cures that we're doing. I haven't actually managed the staff as best I could. I think probably around about now, if I was to continue pushing this and wanting to do it a little bit more long term, I would start getting rid of the original staff that I hired, because I now have some that have been trained from the ground up, and they are able to do a little bit more in terms of, how do I say it? We're able to actually get staff that are specialised in certain fields now, so I can just assign them to particular rooms, and that will help us, and we'll get the best staff in each potential room. So that would be my next best bet. So what we got, 2 staff members to train. Let's have a look at who we've got who can do some training. Actually, these ward nurses, I could do with training them, but right now they're very busy dealing with emergencies. So we'll get these 2 senior nurses that are good for cures. And we've got, do we have anyone else? No. Right, okay. So what we need is, we need to get them on treatment level 4, and we'll just bring a guest trainer in. Well, we can't afford it, so we're going to have to wait until we get a bit more money in. But that's okay, we should cure a few more patients in the fracture ward now. That completes a hotel target for us. Is it about to go? I think it might be. 1 more cure in the fracture ward. I think someone's getting their cast removed now. And obviously we've done an advertising campaign for Grey Anatomy, which will be cured in the chromotherapy lab, and that will be another hotel target complete. 8 more patients to cure. I think we're on course for doing this 3-star objective, and it's been a nice level actually. I'm quite pleased with how this one's gone. I guess, as is always the case, it's just easing you into the DLC, and then things will ramp up very quickly. But yeah, it's looking really good. Also, props to the team for this little nod here. If I can just find a patient who's got it. Where are we? Where are we? Boneless thighs is a good one. But there is a very particular illness that was a really nice little nod. It's not there. I think it was called floaty head or something, which is a nod to Theme Hospital's bloaty head, which was one of the first illnesses you diagnose. And basically, there's this machine in it where the person has a very inflated head, and they basically they go into this big machine, and a needle pops their head, and it gets reinflated at the correct size. And it always cracked me up, like every single time. But yes, that was a lovely little thing to see. Really, really good. It's great that the 2-point team put in the like kind of little nods like that. I really like that. So maintenance level 2, we're going to train up some janitors now, because the maintenance is something that really needs to be looked at. So do I have a level 2 I don't have a level 2 maintenance. Okay, so we still don't have the money for that. Actually, we can bring in a guest trainer, and we'll just train a couple of janitors in maintenance, and then we can use some of them to continue that field. Looking at our money, it's not too bad actually. 8 patients in the fracture ward again, or is that one we've completed? No, another 8 patients for our fracture ward. That is going to start getting out of control pretty quickly. So I think we'll actually get rid of this ward. We've got 2 queuing, but they can move over to the other one. And then we'll duplicate this one and pop that in here. And then we can just quickly move this bench to the other side of the door. And there we go. Right, okay, great. Excellent. Right, staff training. We're going to leave. We're going to promote that staff member. And it's all looking pretty good. Right, we've got 4 cured from the lightheadedness patients. Another 3 to go. So I don't know if we're going to achieve that. Although, there we go, 5. We're going to pass it anyway, just not with the max. Cures. Now, train 2 staff. Train 3 staff for a staff request. Cure in the fracture ward. Yeah, we're looking pretty good. We're going to have this done once our next marketing campaign is finished, so that's in 3 months' time. As long as these things don't change massively, it's kind of worked out pretty well. All of the objectives have kind of fallen in line and completed at the same time. So what I would say is my biggest tip, the thing that I wish I did a lot more often, was when things start looking like they're going to get too hectic and out of control, just send all your patients home and just let it build up again. The impact on it is minimal by just sending all of those patients home, and it makes life a lot easier. So yeah, we've trained those staff members, and we do have some more available. So I'm going to take on diagnostics 3 maybe. Actually, we'll go with treatment 3, because I do have some nurses here. Could do with training. There we go. Right, excellent, that's done. This chromotherapy Grey Anatomy marketing campaign is almost finished, and I think I will just relaunch it because it doesn't look like we've got anyone going into that right now. So we'll go once again with Grey Anatomy, and that is our final ad campaign. You can see the GPs are getting a little bit strung out right now because once again our hospital is starting to reach a point where there's a little bit of a tip. We've got too many patients in here, so we're unable to cope with the huge influx, and we can't get people through that queue very quickly. However, I'm quite content to just leave this be now because we're in a really good place and we're going to finish our final marketing campaign anyway. So yeah, don't be afraid to send all your patients home because it does not make much of a difference at all, and it gives you just a nice little soft reset. It lets you recover, it lets you maybe train some staff, upgrade some machines, repair some machines, clean up any you know, rubbish and litter and stuff, and just do general repairs. And it's quite good to do this when you feel like the queues are starting to build. And normally this would probably be the time where I go, hang on a minute, let's just get rid of it, let's diagnose where all of those queues came from and solve them going forward. Like my fracture clinic right now, that is just feeling the effects of the advertising campaign. We've had a huge number of patients come in that have fracture ward where they need to go to be cured, so the queues are getting a bit of a backlog. Once that's gone down and it's settled, the illnesses will balance out again. We're probably, now that we've ran a 6-month ad campaign for our chromotherapy department, we're probably going to start seeing an influx of those patients, and the cures and the queues will get completely out of control again, especially considering we've ran the same ad campaign 2 lots running. But yeah, we've trained our 3 staff members. We've got another staff member to train, I think, for the hotel target, but that should be about to be completed. Potentially. Is it going to go? Is it going to go? Do we have a staff member in there still? Yes, we do. So once that's done, that's another target completed. And we'll get another little cash boost from the actual hotel. We didn't build a DNA lab at all. I only ever saw, I think that's only the 2nd DNA lab patient that we've had in. And it's just a treatment room that we don't actually need right now. That patient is not worth building the DNA lab, training up a doctor, and risking not being able to cure, because DNA lab stuff is the most difficult one to actually cure. So yeah, we won't be taking that on, especially considering we're about to complete the level. We're at 3 of 3 months. Yeah, that grey anatomy will be completed very soon. Our reputation has now reached 100%, which is really nice. As long as the staff morale doesn't drop below 80% in this time, we should be good and having our 3-star completed. So thank you all again for watching. It's been great to get back into 2 Hospital. Like I have mentioned, or will be mentioning, the content is going to kind of get a little bit slower and a little bit more spread out, but I'm hoping, if you are enjoying it, that you stick around as I look to complete all of the DLC in 2 Point Hospital. So I'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching, and without further ado, here we go. It is our 3-star objective here, and we will be completing the level. There we go. Nice and easy, almost as if I knew that was coming. So we've unlocked the dog bowl and bone, and a nice little letter here from Tarquin Foxbridge, the health minister. We gained 200 kudos and a nice $30,000 bonus. Excellent. Right, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.